One thing, both are funny in their own way. Toad's, Toad's funny in a more sarcastic way. Nightcrawler's funny just because he's a good-natured guy. I mean, he's what the type of guy basically that would, be fun. He's basically the type of guy that you would just laugh at the joke he says. Todd Talansky has a more crass sense of humor,
Talansky does have a special gift of the X gene. He is welcome to join us, if he so desires.
Only thing I desire is Blue Boy's fuzzy head.
That shows us his personal anger issues and how he, because of his anger issues, he really lets his powers go out of control and, of course, doesn't join the X-Men or develop discipline over his powers. That's part of the problem with the Brotherhood. They don't develop discipline, thus are easily defeated. As you'll see later, there's a whole lot of problem. There's a whole lot of, with the Brotherhood basically being lazy louse. But anyway, as you see, they just detected the danger room session. This is when we're first introduced to Danger Room, which is basically the training area of the X-Men. Now I find this interesting, but the Danger Room seems to have a lot of different functions. It can function like this, where it just has different stuff, can go out and shoot at them and whatnot, and you have to destroy it in order to, keep yourself alive. Or it can be like a simulation, as you'll see later on when they do that. As you see Cyclops with more control power, and you see more Jean's power there. I have to admit, she's very beautiful with her red hair. Let's just say, if that was me, I wouldn't have been able to grow my hair that long. My mom would not allow it. But anyway, as you see there, Cyclops just saved Toad. Now he blasts the thing again. And of course, he calls off the whole thing with the simulation. Now you have to really realize now, I'm only bringing this up now because of, Todd Talansky with his costume and everything. I mean, as you saw in the beginning, Nightcrawler was given his costume when he came into the Institute. Now, you can only assume that was Storm, and you can assume that also was Storm, Cyclops, and Jean. But the question is, where did Toad get his, stuff? Same reason. I mean, the X-Men I can understand, of course, because, they enrolled at the Institute, and of course with enrolling in the Institute, they, get certain privileges, of course, with being a part of the X-Men. And then, but the question is, where did Toad get his? I mean, did he make it? Did Mystique make it? Did he buy it at some store? I don't know. But anyway, you see, he gets out of there, he faces, Wolverine. Seriously, he could have almost sliced through his hat there, but anyway. And again, I want to bring up the point there. I mean, it's not, like I said before, I'm saying that this version is a lot more mild. I'm saying this, I like old versions of Wolverine, but let's just say I'm more leaning to this because he's not as demeaning. He's more like the gruff uncle kind of thing, while the other ones are just like completely like dissing everybody. And in the case of in the X-Men movies, he's basically cussing and making obscene gestures with his claws, for example. I mean, I hate to sound critical to the people who enjoy that part of Wolverine, but I have to say that technically, he should not, with that kind of attitude, he will not get along good in life. Let's just say that. Because if he does that to every kind of stranger, he's going to be getting in big trouble with people, and he's just not going to have any friends. It's surprising that he has any friends at all. But anyway, enough about that. And if I made you people angry at saying that I don't like I'm not saying that to be judgmental, I'm just stating the facts as I see them. But anyway, well, I really like this scene in in this thing, because, showing Cyclops' mature nature and, and good naturedness, and, trying to, accept Nightcrawler into the team. Now, what caused that? Oh, wait a minute. Now I know. Never mind. As you see now that Mystique is ticked because he was inside, but he ran away. you know, and he, you know, he basically blew his first mission. Now, what made her think that he would be able to do any good? He's just one of them, and there's like, Professor Jean Scott, Rogue, no, she comes up later. Well, anyway, as you see now, you see her in her true form, which is blue and red. And as you see now, there's a guy talking to her. Now, this guy plays a major important role later on in the series, later on in this season. As you see, his name is Magneto. But we don't figure it out until later in the end. As you see there, we're again introduced to characters. This is Rogue, who will come up in the 3rd episode. And this one is Spike, of course, who's technically not in the series. And this one's Kitty Pryde. And, of course, Nightcrawler there. And the next one will be Jean Grey. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this commentary and learned a few things, or maybe not. So, until next time, this is Anne-Marie Rogue. Au revoir.